I was looking at your YouTube channel. To me, it looks like you do more podcasts versus investigations.
I have. I'm just now. Well, I've been investigating for a long time. I just never recorded it.
Mm-hmm.
I just recently started getting equipment like 5 years ago when I started the YouTube channel. So, yeah, I'm pretty limited in Florida to what I can investigate, funds and everything, and transportation. So, yeah. And unfortunately, I just broke up with my ex broke up with me like a year ago. So we started the podcast together. So yeah, we started the YouTube to do the podcast. But I've been posting investigations and content on it too. But yeah,
I got
we
you.
have more interviews than anything, yeah.
Yeah, because I was scrolling through and I'm like, man, he's done a lot of podcasts versus
Yeah.
the actual investigations. I mean, I see investigations, but it's mostly the podcasts, which I find very informative. I mean, you've done a lot.
I've been doing it for like 3 years. But the cool thing about the podcast is I'm not doing just an interview. Like, if you watch on some of them, like Eloise, I talked to Adam, like one of the main investigators and like the main tour guide there. So we did the history part, the first part of the podcast, and then we did a part 2 of a podcast, and he walked around Eloise, him and another girl, and we investigated virtually.
Oh, that's cool.
So I've done that with Eloise Asylum. I've done that with Wildwood Sanatorium. I've done that with McIntyre Villa. The Gilcrest with Henry. I'm sure you know Henry.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've done a lot of stuff on the podcast. A lot.
That's really cool. Because, like, I'm just scrolling through them now. I mean, there's a ton of them.
Yeah.
A lot of them.
Some of them are really freaking big locations too, like in the United, like Trans-Allegheny and Eloise, and we did Missouri State Penitentiary. We did McIntyre. We did The Conjuring when we first started. We talked to Corey we talked to Corey when we very first started the podcast.
That's crazy.
Corey, the former owner of the Conjuring House, and yeah, we had a whole conversation with him. But yeah, I've talked to what's his name? He goes by something. One of the guys from Trans-Allegheny. I can't remember his name right now, but he's like one of the main tour guides, and we talked to him for like 2 hours about Trans-Allegheny. I mean, we've done a lot.
So do you like doing the podcast versus the actual investigations, or would you prefer to do the investigations and then do a podcast about your investigation?
I've had a lot of people ask me about that. Like I need to start doing that, like investigating and then going on the podcast and talking about the investigation. I just haven't done that yet. But I would much rather be investigating than sitting at my computer staring at a camera.
Yeah, because our mix is both. Like with you, I'm doing your interview, right?
Yeah.
But we will also do an investigation and then come back and do the podcast with the owners or whomever, right? Of trying to do a review kind of during that podcast. And I think that's fun.
We did one with, do you know David from Southward Elementary in the Plum House?
Mm-hmm, the Plum House, yeah.
Yeah. We had David Alcorn, Henry Lee, and Patrick. I don't know. Do you know Patrick?
Yeah, he's so nice.
He's a character. I love Patrick.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've had Henry on my podcast like 4 or 5 times now, and the last investigation I went to, I showed all my stuff that I got, so I kind of done it with them. Like, I just don't get out very much to investigate. I wish I could more.
That stinks. Because, I mean, watching your... Yeah, I know. Because watching your videos, the shorts, the long, the lives, all of them, I mean, I think you would do fantastic at it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think you would do fantastic. What's that?
I've ever wanted to do in my life. I've never wanted to do anything else other than be an investigator. Like
Yeah.
I've literally talked about being a paranormal investigator since I was a kid. All my friends, all my family, everybody knows I was the creepy ghost kid in school.
So do you want your own team or do you want to be on a team?
I mean, I've put in a lot of work into Underworld. I like collaborating with people,
Mm-hmm.
if that makes sense. I just don't want to give up Underworld.
Listen,
So,
I hear you.
yeah, I mean, me and my ex, we pretty much. I started Underworld and then she joined me, and now she's no longer here, unfortunately. But I mean, I'm having fun by myself. It makes it a lot harder though. It makes it you got to pay the full price. You don't have people to like break it up, and
Yeah.
you pay a little less here, you pay a little less there. You get like 4 or 5 people in the stringer house, and it's only like $50 a person. You know.
Yeah.
But with me just being myself, I have to pay the full 250, and then I get to go investigate. I like being by myself. I don't know. I like being with teams. I like investigating with teams, but I think it's a lot more fun being by yourself.
Well, that's because you've gotten used to it.
That's true. That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, you've gotten used to it where when we first started our team, it was just 3 women. And now we've grown to 8 people. And it's still hard though, because I'm like, when we go to places, I'm like, I only want 2 of you to go. Like, but I can't
Yeah.
do that to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
And
so
like,
I totally understand.
so it was me, Ryan, Allie, and I'm so dumbfounded on names right now.
It's
It's
okay,
one of
don't worry
the
about it.
survivors, like one of the
Oh,
people
yeah.
taken in a prey was in there with us. Ryan brings his giant husky into all of his investigations into Takani, and Takani was just laying on the floor of the jail, just hanging out, and they were like rubbing their belly and said, telling the spirits that he likes belly rubs, and if you want to pet him, you could pet him. And I'm running an SB11, and I put it to my chest for a second, and I was like, "You guys can pet the dog, say something." And through the SB11, it says, "I feel it." I was like,
You were 40 pounds. You're not even that many pounds.
Did you make that go off if you like the dog?
Yep. Are you petting him right now? He's on his belly. You love the belly rub. You love a good belly rub.
Patterns of that almost look like this.
He is a beautiful boy, isn't he?
I feel it.
I feel it. Yeah.
Oh, that shit was clear as shit. Holy shit.
that was like clear. I sent you the video. I don't know if you could play videos on here, but it was clear as day.
No
I don't know
way.
if you have to have cussing on there. Is cussing on the video. It's not bad. It's
No, we cuss all day, so don't worry about that.
okay. I didn't know.
Yeah, I can clip
But
and put it in here.
okay. Yeah, it was clear as day. Like we were like, holy shit. They were like, pet the dog, and they're like, I feel it. I'm like, no,
Even with all the people in there with the noise and everything?
we had a full conversation with somebody in cell 8 with 2 different K2 meters that were both pinging to red at
Wow.
the same time. Dude,
And this is since Henry's owned it?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I've investigated the Gilcrest like 7 times.
I saw that one of your earlier videos, it was before I think he owned it, wasn't it? Or did you not?
No,
It was only with him?
yeah, yeah. I met him like 2 years into it.
Okay.
So I've known him for he's owned it for like 5 years now. So I've known him for about 4 years now. And throughout that time, I've been there for the Fall Fest and all that stuff. And I've been up there just on my own investigating. I can tell you, do not ever, 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 ever investigate that jail in August.
Hot.
You will die. You will die. It was like 1:32 in the morning, and it was still like 90 degrees in that prison. It
Well, when we
was
were up there,
so,
I told him, I said, man, there's some rooms that are just so stinking hot. So I couldn't
yeah.
imagine in the summertime. I was talking to Patrick actually, and I said, I couldn't imagine being in jail and it being this hot.
So that's not even the worst part. So that jail had bars as windows. It didn't have windows. It had bars.
Yeah. Could you imagine?
You had to deal with elements. You had to deal with bugs. You had to deal with anything that wanted to crawl through that freaking window. And the warden would leave at 6 p.m. and not come back till 6 a.m.
See?
Who, dude, I couldn't even imagine. Imagine.
It just
But
sounds torturous, don't it?
it does. With like 4 or 5 other people in a cell that I barely
Mhm.
even fit in. Like, so the very first time I went to Gilcrest, Henry, I told him that I was into the paranormal and all this stuff, and I was an investigator, and we walked through just like a little tour, and he's like, nobody's upstairs. Go upstairs and then come back down and tell me what happened. Like, he knew something was going to happen. Like, that's what I always tell everybody. It's not if it's going to happen in jail, it's when it's going to happen in the jail.
Right.
Because that jail is so freaking haunted. It's just insane. Like, I don't get it. Like, I went up there, and I'm like a 300-pound dude. I'm 6'1". Like, I'm a big dude. And I don't know if they were pissed off that it was a new dude in there. I didn't even get a chance to say anything. Or I walked down that hallway upstairs and my shoulders touched the walls.
No way.
Yeah, I'm a big dude. And something, well, not somebody, there was nobody up there, but something hit me in the chest so hard it knocked my breath out. And that
Get
the
out of here.
very first time I was in there, and I walked back downstairs and I talked to Henry. I was like, when can I schedule my first investigation? Because I need to get back in here, like, ASAP.
That's funny.
And then
So are you
we
prone to getting attacked by spirits? The reason why I'm asking is because when we go out, there's only two of us, me and another girl, Sherry, my partner actually, that we either she's getting pushed, scratched, or I don't get pushed. I only get scratched. She gets like beat up all the time.
well, I feel like female investigators get messed with more, especially with male spirits.
Mm-hmm.
Because, they're attracted to women in life. Why wouldn't they be attracted to women in death?
Sure that.
You know?
That's a good point.
Like, you go into a jail that the dude's been in the jail for his whole for life, and now he's in jail, and now there's 3 females walking in the jail.
He's like, woo.
Of course they're gonna pay attention to the females more than the males.
You know what's funny? When we were there, they didn't bother me or Sherry. They bothered the guy that came with us, Mike, the other investigator. Yeah.
Yeah, they don't like guys.
Yeah,
They don't like guys.
the spirits were talking, like, especially when we did the Estes method. Every time I would ask a question or statement, he would respond. But when I went back through on the EVPs,
Yeah.
it was like 2 spirits talking, one to Michael and not me. You know what I mean? So it was crazy. Like I said, I'm throwing something about, like, I go something along the line of, I'm putting you in jail and you're going to be in here for 6 months to a year. All you're getting is bologna sandwiches and water. How do you like that? He said, it's okay, or it's fine. And then right after he says it, it goes, fuck off. Literally, I was like, what?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. They have no restraint at that jail at all. Dude,
That was a good one.
I put a cat ball in 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Every cell upstairs.
Right?
The cat ball would start going off at 4, and then it would go to 5, 6, 7, and 8. They would all light up at the same time.
Wow.
And they would all stop, and then it would go from 8 back to 4.
We didn't have no luck with the cat balls or our readers. It was all EVP
Really?
for us.
Because
Even and touch. Michael got touched almost all night, and all we got was EVPs. Actually, and we got some movement on the SLS camera. But other than that, our equipment was dead. It was weird.
Yeah. Some nights they're really active. Some nights they're really talkative. Some nights they kill your power.
Yeah.
They kill everything. They've literally completely killed my whole computer. Like, not like killed it. They literally just shut it off.
That would
Like
be
I'm
a good
literally
place to
working.
do a podcast from inside. So you mentioned earlier the Maystringer house. How did you
Yeah.
feel about that one? Did you actually investigate it, or did you just talk to him?
So we did both. Emma, I don't know if you know Emma. She's the coordinator now for. She was a docent. Now she's a coordinator. We had her on the show when we very first. I think it was like the second episode we ever did. Like the second podcast, brand new. Like I don't even think I had an intro. So yeah, we did an investigation and we did a podcast and then they liked our interview, so they invited us out for a couple hours for like $100. So we got to investigate the Stringer house for like 3 hours, I think it was, and yeah, we got stuff the whole time.
Yeah.
The
It's been
whole
investigated so much. I mean, we've gone out there maybe 8 times since we've
yeah
been a team. The
yeah
first few times,
yeah. Dude, when we went there, so we started like I was setting up my equipment on the porch before
mhm,
Emma got there, so we can just bring our stuff in and start going. And there was literally tapping on the window behind me,
yeah,
like tapping, like tap 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 tap, like constant. And then as soon as we got in there, we were taking a little tour, and I so the little servant stairs up by the kitchen that
hmm,
goes upstairs.
yeah,
I literally heard something walking up the stairs, and then I swear it was in the corner of my eye, so I don't know exactly. I can't say it was, but I heard the footsteps, and I swear I saw something like peeking around the corner. And like when I went to go look, there was nothing
it's
there.
gone.
So I mean,
Yeah, I have a video where we were setting up our our CCTV cameras, and me and a girl, we're joking as we're doing this, right? She's no longer on the team, so anyway, me and her are literally inside of a closet, pointing out to the. We're on the second level, and we're
okay,
pointing down the hallway, and that's where the little girl's room is on off to the left, right? Just me, yeah. And I saw with my own eye what looked like a bubble, right? Just floating. And then when I looked back at her and then I looked down, it was gone. I was like, that was weird because I swear I saw a bubble. So when I went back and reviewed the tape, and I have it on my YouTube channel, you got to go look at it. It's cool as hell.
I will.
You literally see the bubble floating and it's moving randomly. When it comes into the closet with us, that's why I didn't see it no more. It turned and looked, and it's a man's face staring at me and her. It gave me goosebumps. I was like, that was the coolest thing I've seen. No, that's the second coolest. Across the street at the Saxon house, we were setting up cameras, and
Yeah,
we were
the house
in,
across the street.
yeah, the really old one. She's got, so on that property, she's got the mansion here, and then she's got like a house, and it makes like a L, and then there's a house behind it, and then a glass house. Like she's got all kinds of
Yeah,
stuff on it. But that was
yeah,
the Rogers Christmas house, this part. Right? So we were
yeah.
inside of there setting up, and this is before she finally fixed up that part of the house for weddings, right? So we set the camera, and then we run because we're doing 16 cameras to cover all the buildings. So we set
Wow.
it up and we make a run for it. Well, when I reviewed the camera, which this is also, it's on my Facebook and my YouTube. Listen, it was the coolest thing you've ever seen. Out from the right of the camera is like it was a bathroom and a closet. So I don't know which of the two it came from, right? Because it's dark.
Yeah.
You literally see a little girl come out of the room, walk around the corner, disappear, and then seconds later comes back, goes back in it. But before she disappears, she literally turns her head and looks. Like you can see the eyes are disappeared, like it's a black hole.
I swear they know. I
Yes.
swear they know.
Look, I got goosebumps thinking about it because
I
that was
know.
the coolest thing.
Dude, like I said, we only had 3 hours. We did the little tour, which took like a half hour. It was fine. I was excited to take the tour to find out what was what.
Yeah.
So we didn't really we did the doctor's office, the doctor room, whatever, the
Mm-hmm.
Navy room, Jessie May's in the attic. So we went and did Jessie May. I mean, I believe my ex. I never questioned her, but she was doing the SS method and talking, and she just flung around and took the headphones off and flung around. She said something, walked up to her and put the little hand on her shoulder
What?
while she was doing it. So we went up to the attic, and I did the SS method up in the attic with Mr. Nasty or whatever his name is.
Yeah, they always call him Mr.
The guy
Nasty.
with the trunk.
Yeah.
So we both know SB11 or SB7 goes through radio frequencies,
Mm-hmm.
and it just goes over like 100 radio seconds, like it just sweeps through it. And we all know they don't cuss on the radio. They're not allowed to cuss on the radio.
That's true.
And especially not when they say F off and F you and don't give a shit. And like, it was literally, I heard it with my own ears. Like, whatever they were asking, you got the headphones on, you can hear. Whatever they were asking, they were like, fuck off. Like,
See?
like I don't want to, like, I don't care.
Don't bother me. Yeah.
And then we went down to the doctor's office and had a regular normal mag light that I set on one of the cases with all the medical equipment.
Mm-hmm.
So so when you first walk in that first room to the left, where you go down to the military room,
the military room.
You know the distance from that case to that back wall.
Yeah.
We were standing at the back wall and had the flashlight on the case, and we had a full 10-minute conversation with the flashlight turning on and off. Like
in the military room?
Yeah, no, in the doctor's office.
Oh, in the doctor's office.
Like legitimately having a full conversation. Like, all right, turn the flashlight off, and then I would ask another question, and the flashlight would come right back on.
It's crazy.
Like full 10 minutes. We had that going on. We did it in the military room, and the flashlight was going on and off too.
The only thing that happened to me or us in the military room, because the May Stringer house was my very first investigation, and I was a guest investigator. That's what made me start this, right? So the team I went,
said it's a great house to start.
Right? What's ironic too is the gentleman that had the other paranormal team is now on my team.
Nice.
I know, I think it's hilarious. But anyway, I'm in there with one of his seasoned investigators, and I'm just talking smack. I don't know what I'm doing, right? And they were doing live. And my daughter, I could hear her on the phone with another person in another room. Like, she had her on speaker. She's going, "What is that behind my mom?" So when we looked back, they wouldn't say anything because I was in there, right? And the other girl had a camera on me, but there was a still camera also, right? An orb was behind my back, and it followed my every movement inside of that room. And then when I turned around, my daughter said that because they were doing live, it went through me and out. But I never got to see the video.
And you said the military room.
Yeah, the military room. Yeah, because I said when it popped up, I said, "How does it feel to be a Marine sitting next to a Navy guy?" So I was being a smart aleck, right? And that's when it popped up.
Wow.
And they were like, "You can't provoke." I'm like, "I'm not provoking. I'm just asking." Like, that's common warfield between all the military branches. I'm better than you, blah, blah, blah. Isn't that crazy?
Honestly, like, rest in peace, the Plum House. I hope we get the Plum House back again.
Yeah.
I've investigated the Plum House probably about 30 times.
What?
I live about 20 minutes from there. Me and David would just go there on a random Tuesday and investigate it for like 3 hours just cause. There was bare bones. Nothing in the house. Nobody rented it. They were still fixing it up.
So how haunted is that?
Honestly, even Dave Alcorn, if you ever talk to him, he said he could put the Plum House up to the Stringer house, and it'd probably be about the same.
Really?
I sent you a couple videos from a Plum House. Mrs. Plum absolutely loves me. I don't know why. It's just my aura, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
But she's like the main spirit of that. Like, she's the main woman of the house. Even when she was alive, she was like the main woman. And I've been there one night, and the cat ball started going off. And then the REM pod started going off, and David had I already had my camera pointing to it. He came in there, and I said, "Hi, Miss Plum." And then the REM pod went off. And I was like, "Are you excited to see me? I told you I'd be back." And then the REM pod went off. And I'm like, if this is Mrs. Plum, can you please light that REM pod up twice? And then sure enough, it was ding. And like 2 seconds later.
What?
There you go. I'm going to sit here with you. Can you make that flashlight go off for me, please? I know you know how. Oh, Cap. Dave, cap off.
Yeah, here? Or out
The REM pod. Right here on this mantle. The one way over there was going off.
The cat ball?
Yeah, I just set up the flashlight and sat down and the cat ball started going off. Are you messing with the cat ball? Is this Miss Plum? Hi, Miss Plum. I told you I'd be back. Are you happy that I'm back? Can you hit that twice if you're happy to see me? That's,
Pretty good.
I'll take it as 2.
Yeah.
I was like, I mean, that's good enough for me.
Yeah.
They would call my name with other paranormal teams there through their equipment. They would say Christopher.
When you're not there?
When I'm not there.
Oh,
He
wow.
would message me, and he's like, I've heard your name like 3-4 times, and you're not even here off of other people's equipment. Like, it's absolutely crazy.
So
And we
you've
would-
created a relationship with the house.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And
100%.
David as well. I'm sure he's devastated.
I don't remember if it was you or one of your other teammates. I actually approached you guys at the Amy Bruni show in Clearwater and was like, I'm Underworld Ministry. I would love to investigate or talk to you guys. You guys, one of your investigators gave me a card and actually lost it.
I think it was me. I think it was I that it. Yeah, yeah.
It was when everybody was leaving, so I shot my shot. So, I mean, but now I'm talking to you, so it kind of worked, I guess.
There you go.
I don't know, but I love that show. What did you think about the show?
I think she's a fantastic storyteller, right? She's clearly she's educated. There's no doubt about that, right?
Yeah.
But between her education and her TV shows, she can tell a story and keep you captivated, even if it was boring.
The whole time.
Yeah.
Like,
She is a fantastic storyteller.
I don't know how everybody else felt there or whatever, but so when she brought up Penhurst and the story, she said, whoever's been to Penhurst, raise your hand. And I think I was the only one that raised my hand.
That's funny.
I was sitting next to 2 very elderly couples, and like the old tattoo dude and raising my hand asked. She's like, oh yeah, this state school, Shama, Pennsylvania. So these old people are like, they kept looking at me. They're like, you've been there? Yeah, I have 3 times. But yeah, they're like,
How did you like that?
oh, Penhurst? So I have never investigated Penhurst. I've been there when it was a haunted house. So they turned the whole administration building into a haunted house. And you get to walk through the administration, and there's a bunch of haunts. And then a part of the underground tunnel they made into like a cave with like a bunch of actors and a bunch of strobe lights, and it's all dark in the actual like underground tunnel of
Right.
Penhurst. And then like from skit to skit, you got to walk around Penhurst campus in the dark, like back into the campus. Like buildings are falling apart now. Well, not now, because they've torn down a lot of them. But when I was there was, I think it was the Mayflower building. They made one of the buildings that like still structurally good into like a museum that you go walk through. And like when you walk in, there's a whole section of an inmate or whatever you call them, the resident inmate's pretty bad to say, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
The whole setup, bed, chair, walker, everything was set up in this little thing. And then they had a bunch of stuff, like stuff that they used, and there was a couple nurses there was still there that worked at Penhurst that were there talking to people, and it was the saddest thing I've ever felt.
Really?
The whole time I was there. Like, as soon as you get on the property and get on the threshold of Penhurst and start walking through these buildings, it literally feels like you're gonna cry. Well,
Wow.
I'm very sensitive. I feel like I could feel energy in the whole room. I could feel energy.
So you're an empath?
I don't know if I'm an empath because I can't see spirits. I can't hear spirits,
Mm-hmm.
but I can feel energy, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And it was just the saddest thing. I literally felt like every window in that whole place, there was something staring at you out of the window.
Really?
That type of feeling.
I would love to investigate Penhurst.
She gave me this. So when Penhurst was opening, the high functioning people that were in Penhurst, so Penhurst had its own butchery, own dairy, own farm, own post office. It was a whole city in this little area of Penhurst, of the campus. And they had a general store. And they would give these people fake dollars, and they would, every time they would do something, they would get $1 and they can go to the general store and get whatever they want.
That's cool.
Snacks, drinks, whatever, you know. But
oh, look at that. That would, oh, get out. So that's what they would give them?
That's what they would give them.
Oh, that's cool.
And the back of it has the administration. I need to get it laminated badly.
Yeah.
It's starting to like rip in the middle.
I can see that. So that's one of the originals?
One of the old nurse gave it to me. She said she only had 3 of them, and she only gives them to people that she feels that has good energy.
Wow.
So maybe I guess I have good energy because I've had that. I've taken care of.
Well, you said you keep getting touched and stuff.
Yeah, I don't know why. I've been told by mediums that I'm an aggressive investigator.
Aggressive?
I like talking shit.
Hmm.
I like antagonizing to get them going. Sometimes. It depends on the location. Like if I know there's kids or I know there's women or, you know, I'm respectful, and I'm always respectful until I have to be that way, you know?
They tell you no provoking.
Yeah, I know.
No
They also
provoking.
tell me not to go in circles and investigate, but I do that too. So I also give spirits permission to touch me.
Yeah, we do too. I'm like, but I actually do it to my teammates. I'm like, Sherry wants you to touch her on the head.
Yeah. I mean, that's what we're there for.
Yeah.
That's why we're investigating.
Exactly. Have you ever gone to or interviewed anybody at the old Pittsburgh Hospital in Tennessee?
No, I have not.
We are going there in August. So one of our first investigations was there. When we went, and there's still no power. There's only power to one floor. It's a 3-story building with a basement, right? It sits up on a hill, and there's a big river at the bottom of it. So there's all kinds of lime rock. There's everything. This hospital was also built on grounds of there were Indians there. Then the Civil War came through. So they say the grounds are bloodshed. They built the hospital on top of it. There's a cemetery right beside it. Like, it's crazy the way they have this set up, right? So the first time we were there, it was 4 of us. Only 4 girls went. Sherry and I were fine. But the other 2, the minute we were in the hospital, they wanted to kill each other. They were constantly fighting. They wanted to rip each other's heads apart. Like, it was a battle, right? So we're going back for our 15-year anniversary this August. And we're taking Trinity with us, right? We're taking them with us. So they're pretty excited about it. And I gave them fair warning. I'm like, this is a really haunted hospital. Like you'll get your EVP. So we were out on the 2nd floor, Sherry and I, and we were talking smack. When I tell you there's no power, legit, there's no power. The 1st floor is run off of a generator, right? We're on the so to go from floor to floor, you have to use a stairwell. So we're up there by the elevator, and I'd literally just shut off my camera, and I had it by my side, and I said, wouldn't it be funny if the elevator dinged? It dinged, and we ran like big ass chickens all the way down the stairwell to the 2 girls down there were arguing, but heard the elevator ding. That's how loud it was. That when I tell you it's a haunted hospital, that is one haunted hospital.
So, like, doing urban stuff, urban exploring and all that, going to random places. So, I used to live in Pennsylvania,
Mm.
and there's a tunnel up in Pennsylvania that's been there since like 17, 1800s. Back in those, like, where you can like banish people from the community type of
Oh,
stuff.
gotcha. Yeah.
So the story is, I don't know if it's true or not, but the story is a lady got pregnant out of Whitlock and got pregnant and had the baby, and they banished her out of the community because she cheated on her husband and got pregnant with somebody else. And then she walked to this top of this tunnel and hung herself.
What?
And holding the baby, and the baby fell on the floor, obviously, and died. And then there was another story in the tunnel where a biker gang killed a woman and dismembered her into suitcases and tossed her in random places.
What?
And like the cops found all the briefcases like with body parts, and like we parked in, like, this is the middle of nowhere, Pennsylvania, like in this little neighborhood, and it's just a really long giant black tunnel. And so we parked a little further down the street, and then we forgot something, so we were walking back, and there was a cop there looking in the car to like see why this car is sitting in the side of the road. And we walked up, and he's like, "Is this your car?" And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "We're here to investigate the tunnel." I was like, "Is that okay? Like, is that, like, we can go?" He's like, "Can you show me some stuff that you're using so I actually know what you do?" I guess there was a spree of like people breaking into cars in that area. So he was trying to like
Make sure.
show proof that
Or that
we're
you
not.
weren't dismembering somebody.
Yeah, yeah, that too. And so me being an investigator, I was like, so there's a couple stories that I want to I want to ask you. And he's like, "Yeah, go ahead." I was like, "So there was supposed to be a lady that hung herself in this tunnel?" And he's like, "That's what the story is." And I was like, "Okay." So the other story, and he's like, "Let me guess, the biker gang." And I was like, "Yeah, so that's true?" He's like, "That's very true." And I was like,
No.
"Cool, all right, so now I want to get into this tunnel even more."
Yeah.
And we investigated this tunnel for like 6 hours. We literally set up equipment in this tunnel on the side of the tunnel so cars could still go through it. And it was still an active road, so we like put like equipment.
Oh, it's a
like,
drive-through tunnel. Okay, okay.
drive-through tunnel. It's like 14 or 15 foot high and like 30 or 50 feet wide. It's huge. It's just a giant black hole when you walk up to it. And so we set equipment up in this tunnel, and we drove away, and we were gone for like an hour. And like we reviewed everything. Nothing ever happened. And we turned the camera off, and we're leaving, and we're talking, and it's just me and my friend Ronnie, and we're like standing outside of the tunnel, and we were just talking about like what we were gonna do. And I think we were talking about like going to get food or something. And I swear on everything, we hear a blood curdling baby cry out of this tunnel.
No way.
And we both like looked at each other. We're like, "Did you really just hear that?" And we both go running in the tunnel, and we got probably about halfway to where the entrance is, like the little hole above the tunnel, and we hear something smack the road. And I was like, "What?"
She dropped her baby.
That's the only thing I could. We walked around the whole tunnel with flashlights. Like, I had one of those high-strung, like, police flashlights.
Yeah.
I searched the whole thing. We walked up to
What?
the top of the tunnel. There was absolutely not a single thing in that tunnel at all. As a baby, as anything in the road that makes that scream or that thump.
But you pulled a me and shut your camera off and
Yeah, we were already packed up. Like, I
yeah.
already had all my stuff in my backpack. We were just standing there. And you
That's
hear
crazy.
blood curling. I was like, "Oh my God, this is so awesome."
We were have you ever seen a full shadow spirit?
I have not yet.
So we were at the Saxon Manor the very first time interviewing Dorothea, right? And she's walking us through the Rogers Christmas house. If you've never been in it, the previous owners, it was the Rogers, right? The first house had Christmas decorations all year round. And so all these homes were moved to the property at some point in the 100 years, right? So they're all attached to each other. They make a L. So the first house was nothing but Christmas. Then the second house was a children's reading area. So it was decorated in nothing but children's paintings and stuff like that. And then the next house, I can't remember, but we went into the third one, which has an upstairs. And me and Dorothea and Sherry, and we had another girl there with us. We're talking. I moved my camera down. It was still on, but I moved it down. And I'm looking out the window with Dorothea and Sherry at the house that's also not attached, but sitting right there, right? And it's an 1898 home that was also moved to the property, and it had one of those bay windows. I swear to you, we all saw what looked like Abraham Lincoln, right, walk with his arms like this, straight past the window, across the window, top hat. You could see the sleeve on his hand, and then the hand. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I looked at her, and I'm looking at her, and I go, "Did you see that?" We ran down the stairs into the house and have never caught it since.
Wow. I mean, that's how people used to dress back then.
Yeah.
You know, the top hats, the cuff. You know,
yeah. It was clear as day. You could see it.
Wow.
Right in front of the window.
From the stringers?
They're also, we've gotten a few things at our house. That next time that we were there, my team was inside that house where we saw the Abraham Lincoln looking dude. And I said, you know what? I'm going to go outside with the full spectrum camera and I'm going to take some pictures of the house from outside. Why catch two girls on the property? It's private property. You shouldn't be on the land, right? So I said, what are you guys doing? And they're like, oh, we're trying to learn how to investigate. We're paranormal investigators. And I go, you're on private property though. So I think they thought I was the owner at this point, right? And so they're like, well, we can leave. And I said, no. I said, if you want to learn, that's what we're here doing anyway. I'll bring you into the house and you can sit in on a session with us and see if it's something that you really like. Technically, I really wanted to scare them, if you want to know the truth, right?
Yeah.
So we bring them in the house and we're sitting in a circle in that same room where I saw Abraham Lincoln walk. I'm going to call him Abe because that's what he looked like.
Yeah, that's fine.
Right? So we're all sitting in a circle. I back up into another room, but just inside the door frame so I can see everybody. And with my camera, I put on a stand and I'm just doing snapshots. Well, these two girls are to my right and I'll send you the photo. You got to see this one. I take a picture and I look this particular camera takes a second to show the photo. So I'm waiting for it to pop up. And when it did, I looked and I'm like, I know I'm not seeing what I'm seeing. So I snatch the camera up and I'm looking and I see two things. First, on the floor by the REM pod is a white, it's not even an orb, it's plasma, I guess, like electric almost looking, going toward the REM pod. But what got my attention was these two girls, you could clearly see that they're sitting on the floor with their legs crisscrossed and you could see faint hands that they were holding, but their heads had disappeared because on top of them was a goat head, literally looking straight at me, taking the photo, right? And I go, I got to get them out of here. One of them has an attachment, and not a good one. Because if you look at theory, right, goat head is demon.
Oh, yeah.
So I was like, oh, I got to get them out of here. And then we have a sensitive on our team and she was new that night and I could see her acting weird but she wouldn't talk to me. She would only talk to Sherry at that time because she only felt comfortable with Sherry. And I see she was acting strange. I'm like, okay, I'm going to get these girls out because something's not right. And I see what I see. I got to get them out of the house. So I get them out.
Messing with stuff they don't know what they're messing with.
Yes. And I said to him, I go, have you guys ever saw I don't know, an entity that sticks with you? And the one girl goes, oh yeah, I have a little girl. She never leaves my side. I go, honey, it's not a little girl. I have to break it to you. This is what you have. Yeah. So I showed her. She goes, what's that? I go, you have a demon attached to you. And I don't know if you've been in a cemetery, a funeral home, if you've opened a door playing with a Ouija board or something. I don't know what you've done, but you've got an attachment and it's showing you that it's a little girl, but it's not. I go,
Yeah.
I can't have you around my team. I can't have you on this property because if it jumps you to somebody else, I won't, I can't do that. I go,
Yeah.
you really need to get an exorcism.
Yeah.
We're not doing it. And she panics and they make a run for it and never saw him again. But that was the coolest picture that I've taken of that.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up using Ouija boards. I grew up in cemeteries. I grew up doing all that. So I'm sure, I mean, the two dolls right here, right there,
Yeah.
are haunted.
Oh, are
Very
they?
haunted. Like, sets off REM pods, sets off cat balls. The one right here, her name's Elle. She's actually from the May Stringer house.
They gave her to you?
Yeah. So it was donated to the house, and Emma was taking care of it. And she said that the doll gave her nothing but nightmares and wanted it out of her house. I was like, "Do you want it?" I was like, "Absolutely."
Ah.
I already have nightmares. Whatever. What's the worst that's gonna happen? You know? And like I have a Ouija board right here. This is my headboard of my bed.
Oh, okay.
They sleep over me every night. So I mean, I I'm pretty much surrounded by paranormal. Like I do like you said I do my paranormal
Well,
podcast.
so I think that, and this is probably open for discussion for a lot of people, but the devices that we use, the voice recorders, the EMF detector, the
You're
cameras,
opening up portals to same as
yes,
we.
it's the same thing as a Ouija board, right? That's how I look at it.
You see that?
No, what was it?
It was literally something that floated like this.
Oh, I'll
It was
play
like
this back.
something. I swear.
On your side or my side?
On my side, I just saw it, and I haven't seen anything like that on this camera ever.
Oh, wait till I play it back.
So if you play it back and you see that, please send that to me.
Oh, absolutely.
Like I don't know,
What are the odds that we're talking about a Ouija board and then it comes through?
but like that, and then like I talked to my friend Erin on video chat, and she's another investigator with Tennessee Shadow Chasers, and like we'll just be video chatting, talking, and my whole screen goes black for a second. It literally looks like it goes like this
Really?
across the screen, but my whole screen is blacked out. It's been recently doing that every time I
Huh.
go on live now.
Just with her?
So just with her, and then now I saw this. I can't say it's an orb. Like I don't live in a dusty room. I don't have bugs in.
No, I don't see anything moving around you.
So
I don't have bugs.
yeah, like I don't know. I'm very picky on orbs because some orbs are like I don't know.
Yeah.
But some of them can be bugs. Some of them can be dust. Some of them, you go into a freaking dirty jail. Of course, you're gonna kick up some stuff.
Oh, of course, yeah.
You know.
But you can see too, though, because dust will go, a certain way because of the wind or.
Like swoosh.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you see a freaking bright yellow ball or a big white ball out of nowhere, or go to St. Augustine, you see the blue strips.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the blue
Yeah.
strips in St. Augustine over by the Casa de la Marcos?
There, if you go, it's over in St. Pete too at the Prada Park. Have you ever been over there? On the Indian Mountains, you'll get that there.
Where is? I've been trying to find that my whole life. Like I know
What?
Prada. I've been going to Prada my whole life. We used to go fish there. We used to swim there. Like we've done other stuff there that I'm not saying. But we've done a lot of stuff in Prada. Like, is it so? Like, I know when you walk in and you go over the little bridge, there's that little picnic area right there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the woods are right here.
And there's the boat dock.
The boat dock's in front of you, and you got like that small little section of wood. The woods.
Yeah.
That's your Indian Mountains.
No shit.
Yep, that's nothing but burial ground. And then on the opposite side of them is that bird sanctuary.
Yeah.
Yeah, so all those trees, they're literally growing through the Indian Mountains. So you can walk through it and be on them, but you can't disturb, obviously, digging it. You know what I mean? It's protected property. Yeah, that's all Indian Mountains.
The next video you're going to see is me investigating that picnic area.
Yeah, so
100%, I'm not even lying. Like,
yeah, the tallest one in there, like around midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, that's usually when you'll catch those blue streaks, and they look like ocean waves floating.
shit.
Yeah, My old computer has them on there, and it crashed, and I can't pull any of those photos, obviously. And I kick myself for not printing them or putting them on a hard drive. You know what I mean? But I had some really cool, because the first time I saw it, I was like, what the hell is this? Like, I thought it was my camera. And then I would take another photo and it wouldn't be there. And then I'd take another one and it would be at the top corner. And I was like, holy shit, these are like spirits floating.
And you can't say it's a lens flare because it's in the middle of the night. What's it?
There are no lights in there.
That's what
So
I'm saying.
your lights are more by the road and the boat dock. It does light up the little bit of the woods, but it's dark.
I mean, you walk in there pretty good until you have to go over the bridge, the little creek right there.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have to like walk in there to get to that little picnic area.
Yeah. And you could drive back there and park. There's like the little gravel parking lot.
Yeah.
All the woods in front of you, if you park there, that's all Indian burial ground.
Shit.
You didn't know that?
I mean, I was told that. I thought it was so. On Park Street with all those old houses, or the big giant houses right there.
They're buried on. They're built on top of that too. Yeah, so back in the early 1900s, late 1800s, so they built homes on that. And then I can't remember the man's name or the woman, I can't remember who it was because it's been so long ago that I did the research, saved that park so that nobody would build on it anymore because they built over all those Indian burials.
Wow.
And then
the bird sanctuary, I thought the mountains was in that property. I didn't
they
know
probably have some too. They probably have some of it too, because like I said, in the early 1900s, they just built wherever they wanted, and they didn't give two craps about saving, but they saved that part of the park and made that a park so that nobody would touch it. And then that building to the right, that's the restaurant.
Yeah.
That we were told when we did the investigation that when it was built, that Al Capone was there, and there was a shooting there.
No shit.
Yeah, so we were trying to get some stuff out of that, but that didn't happen. It was more on the Indian mounds.
Supposedly, there's a house that's in the VA, like on the VA grounds, that was supposed to be Al Capone's house.
Oh, is that right?
That's what I've been told my whole life. I don't
know. That would be kind of cool to get into.
You get to right where you go over the bridge to get into like Bay Pines, like Walsingham Park and everything.
Yeah.
So you go in there. I've never been in there to try to look for it. I've been in there. My grandma's buried in there. But like I've been into the cemetery area. I've never tried to look for a house in there. But
that would be cool to look at. I've never heard the story, so that's kind of cool.
I live probably about 15 minutes from Jungle Prada. So I will be going there very, very, very soon. Probably like tomorrow.
I can't believe you didn't know that.
I knew there was mounds there. I knew there was Indian burial ground, but I thought it was further like on one of the properties.
No, it's right there in the park.
I've been walking on those mountains my whole life then.
Yeah, there's on my Facebook page for Whispering Spirits. I mean, you got to scroll 1,000 years to get to it, but there's photos. You can see some of the yellow and orange orbs coming out of the woods. And I made a comment. I used to drag my daughter with us, and I would say, "Hey, get in and do the rain dance." So her and Sherry were doing like, doing like this Indian rain dance, and one comes out of the woods, and I got a snapshot of it. Yeah.
I've been in those woods and that freaking picnic area in the dark for my whole life, and I've never seen anything out there.
That's crazy.
Maybe you do have to antagonize them a little bit or get them going.
Yeah, I think when we were there, because the first time we went out, I went with my son to fish off the dock, right?
Okay, yeah.
And because my daughter, she had broke her arm, so she was doing physical therapy right down the road. So I said, we'll leave her there because it's going to take an hour. Let's just go fish. Well, there was a tour group doing one of those day tour things. You know how they do that. Yeah. And I could hear the stories. That's why I didn't know if the Al Capone story was true or not, because the guy said, I remember him saying vaguely something about some of this might be true, some of it might not be, one of those deals. They were doing the photos and I could hear them getting excited about it. And I was like, oh, I'm coming back to this one. So that next night, me and my daughter and Sherry went out there, and that's when we started catching them. And I was like, this is the coolest thing I've ever seen. I was there and didn't even know it was Indian Mountains until the guy said it.
Yeah. Dude, it's funny you talk about that restaurant because there's like somebody living in those like apartments behind the restaurant or something. Somebody lives there, like the whole area. I wonder if they have activity in that restaurant. They don't.
Oh my God, could you imagine? They built it on top of the Indian ground.
I wonder.
I know.
I'll go in there and ask. I have no shame. I'll go in. I have no shame.
You're going to be calling me, Angela, you got to come. We got access. We got access.
Creepy guy you had on your show is here,
I think that's funny.
I'm seriously going to go out there. Like, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
The best pictures are after midnight. I kid you not. That's when you catch a lot of them. Now, when those people were there, it was during the day, and I could hear them saying that they were catching something on their film, on their cameras, but I wasn't with them, so I don't know what they were actually catching. But the woods is haunted. That is a fact.
Yeah, it's funny you bring up Tennessee. I'm actually going up there in July. So the 15th through the 19th of July, I'm going up there for, keep forgetting the name of it, Shadow Retreat.
What's that?
It's going to be at the Ura Shrine. I don't know if you've ever heard of the Ura Shrine. It's literally in the Smoky Mountains in Tennessee. A very old Japanese shrine that this owner, his name's Rick. It's all religions practice there. It doesn't matter what religion it is. Paganism, witchcraft, black magic, good magic, doesn't matter. You can practice it there. He has haunted objects there from like overseas, like very, very, very haunted stuff in this place. Like the whole place is like set up to be like a paranormal like beacon, I guess.
Really?
Like they have a whole room of like just water and like earth, and they have a whole witches circle in there. They
wow.
have everything, but they're having they're doing a whole 3-day retreat of like seances and witches, a burlesque ball, and it's gonna be awesome. We're doing this retreat, and then the day before the retreat, we're going to do the Nickerson Sneed House in Virginia.
No way.
Yeah.
That's going to be fun.
It's like 1800s. It's like a Revolutionary War. They use it as a hospital. And
yeah.
Bed and breakfast.
I thought about going there for our anniversary.
Yeah, we're staying the night there before the retreat and investigating the Sneed House.
That's going to be fun.
That's the oldest property I've ever been to, and I'm going to try to sleep there, so I don't... Oh, fingers crossed.
You're going to be wide awake like this all night.
Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited for this whole, like, I need this.
And when are you going?
In July.
July.
Yeah, I'm counting the days, I promise.
That's funny.
I can tell you that was probably the biggest inspiration of me starting, well, other than, like, me growing up and wanting to be an investigator, I think me moving to Pennsylvania and getting into these actual, like, real investigations, and, like, urban exploring, like, old farmhouses and old asylums that we got into in Maryland, that kind of, like, I was like, dude, I kind of really want to do this shit now.
So, when you say as a kid, were you seeing things as a kid or something?
No, I would go to, like, investigate, like, cemeteries and play with weeds.
But what made you know about it? That's why I think more so. You know what I mean?
Everybody laughs at me for this, but it's a God-honest truth. The movie Casper.
Oh, I don't think it's funny, but I see what you're doing.
Me as a kid, already into the paranormal, already into all this. I've had psychics and mediums, people that I don't even know, come up to me multiple times. This has happened like probably about 5 or 6 times in my life. They're like, I don't know what you're doing or what you did in your past life, but you are very, very, very in tune with the paranormal. I mean, I've always...
Have you ever gone to Casadega?
No, I want to.
That's where you got to go. So I've gone there several times. One, to just get a reading, because that's the capital for all psychic mediums. spiritualist, so you can go and have a reading anytime. The whole town is a one stoplight thing. You blink and you're already through it, right?
Movie, he's trying to investigate and he's trying to bring back his wife. So he's driving all around the United States, going from location to location to investigate these places.
Oh, that's what triggered it.
To find his wife. So he's a paranormal investigator that he goes to this house and it's ghosts in the house.
That's why you did it.
So that's what triggered mine.
And I understand what you're saying about the movie part, but I watched it too, and that was never a thought. You know what I'm saying? Until I got invited to go do one, and then I was like, "Well, this is cool."
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I have a little bit of autism in me.
No, but I mean, but that would be a question like you would ask, maybe some of these famous ones. You know what I mean? What made you do it? Did you do it because you saw Penn State on there one time, or you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How do you know? How do you know you? Or did you watch Lorraine and her husband do it? You know what I'm saying? Like,
from what I've been told, whatever happened in the past life of whatever past life I've been in, I've been part of the paranormal somehow. So,
that's rather cool though.
And it kind of moved from that life to this life, I guess.
Yeah.
Like I have 1 foot in the paranormal, 1 foot in this world.
Yeah.
So that's what I've been told. And I'm like, it's not even, it's psychics, it's mediums. They did a ruins. I've done a ruins reading. Like
what is that?
Like Vikings, like ruins.
Mm-hmm.
Different tiles that she like put it in a bag and she shook them up and she like dumped them on the table, kind of like a bone reading. Do you know what a bone reading is?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I don't understand it, but I know what it is.
Yeah, I don't know how it works either. It looks like a bunch of chicken bones. I don't know. But, like, I guess she's been studying a book of the ruins or whatever, and certain ruins mean certain things. And she's like, at the beginning of the reading, she's like, I want you to think of one thing through this whole reading, and I want you to tell me what it is at the end of the reading and see if this reading matches what I'm getting.
What she's reading.
And, of course, I'm thinking about paranormal. Like, investigating and paranormal, and the whole reading she's like, I don't know what you have in you or what's around you or what you're doing, but it's very, very, very spiritual.
Really?
She's like, all I could see is spirits, all I could see is the afterlife, and all I could see is like spirits.
Wow.
And like the other side. And she's like, what are you thinking of? I was like, paranormal. And this is just some random lady at a festival. I was like, $10. Cool, I'll take a reading. Nail on the dot.
That's creepy though, too, though.
Bullseye of what she's like. And I've had random people stop. I had one lady stop me at the freaking grocery store. And she's like, what do you do? She's like, whatever you're doing, it's very strong. What do you do? I was like, I'm a paranormal investigator. Like I'm obsessed. Pretty much surround myself with paranormal. And she's like, no, I could feel it. She's like, I felt you on the other side of the store.
What?
She's like, I had to come. She's like, I had to come and find you.
She was a medium.
Stop working. Yeah. She's like, I'm just getting reading after reading after reading after reading after reading. She's like, I had to come and find you to make my head stop. And
what?
She's like, you need, whatever you're doing, you need to keep doing it because this is what you're supposed to be doing.
Wow.
I was like, okay.
Well, if that's not a sign, then
yeah.
That's crazy.
She's like, this is what you're supposed to be doing with your life. Exactly what you're doing right now and what your passion is, this is what you're supposed to be doing in your life. I was like, all right. I started buying equipment. I started going out and doing it. Like I said, I don't have that much stuff on YouTube, but I'm getting there. I'm
you have a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot on there. Don't say you don't. But as far as investigations, yeah, I get that part.
Yeah.
But I mean, like you said though, you're at a state right now, a stage in your life where it's not that easy to go and do all these things.
Right.
You're by yourself. especially if you have to go to these pay places. It's not easy to come up with all that money.
No, no. And like, I want to do this. Like, everything in me makes me want to go do this. I don't know what it is. I've never been able to describe it.
I know that you want to do it by yourself, but maybe if you had one or two teammates with you, that would make going to these places easier. Plus, the transportation obviously would be even more easier because you would have somebody there to help.
I've tried, and since the only thing I can think of is I don't have a lot of investigation stuff on my YouTube and my Facebook and all this stuff. I have my podcast, which I don't know if that's deep fear, like pushing people away or whatever.
I wouldn't think so because, I mean, I'm intrigued by it, but.
Yeah. But like, I'm always down to collaborate with somebody.
Yeah.
When I say that I'm surrounded and all I think about is paranormal, like, my ex used to make fun of me all the time because, like, we'll watch a paranormal show and I can see 2 seconds of whatever property it is and I know what property it is. I know the name of it. I know where they are.
Isn't that crazy?
I don't know.
So you do the same thing. You're looking at all these different locations and learning the history of it.
Yeah, I've been doing this podcast for so long that I've been invited to all of these places. Like Eloise Asylum, they're like, if you make it up here, we'll make it a fact to let you come in and investigate. Like, I will bring you in personally, and we can investigate all night. You don't even have to pay. Like, you can just come in because we've been talking on the podcast.
Yeah.
But I can't get there. Like I said, this retreat is like the first step of like, I've been told by it's a random person online, a random medium. They said whatever situation you just got out of is your perfect opportunity to move into what you want to do. And then my podcast is flurrying. I'm going to this retreat now. I'm going to investigate this place in Virginia. I'm actually like moving. She's like, whatever you just did and whatever you just went through will push you to that next step of like, people will start knowing who you are, and you're gonna start getting into what you want to get into. So
that's cool.
That was just some
but you are
person. Yeah. So I don't know. Hopefully it keeps going and.
Well, I can't wait to see.
To the ground.
You know, right? Well, I can't wait to see what you bring back from your trip when you go, because hopefully you post video and stuff like that, pictures at least, and then with your event, I can't wait to see that.
That's another thing I wanted to talk about before we go. All of my investigations that you see on mixed in with my podcast lives, every investigation I do is live. I don't film. I mean, I film with my camera. I'll clip out stuff out of it.
Yeah.
But I have, like, the school the Southward Elementary that we just did, I had 3 different cameras going all night, live. I don't edit. I don't do anything to these videos. I post them I use StreamYard. So I go live on StreamYard and I just let it go.
I got you.
I'll set up equipment. I don't edit. I don't do anything you can't fake a live.
That's
if something happens live, that fucking happens.
It's funny because like I'll go, let's do a live, let's do the investigation live, and then we'll set it up. And we start going. I go, turn it off because we are being stupid.
I don't care. I'll be stupid all night long.
Or I'll go, you gotta shut it off. We've been cussing like cows out here. Turn that thing off.
Yeah. Like, I don't know if you watched any of my interviews or anything. Like, I've been told by multiple people, like, your show's not like everybody else's show. Because I like showing the location that I'm talking about. I play videos.
Oh, yeah. I did see that. I don't remember which one I was watching. Because I was just, like, doing random, like, looks. Okay. And you were talking to a gentleman, and I saw you pop up a picture, and then you moved to another picture and he goes, no, go back. And you went back and it was like archway doors or like a hallway of arches. And he was telling you something about, that's the original and that's how it was constructed. So I know that you do insert those in there.
Yeah. And like, even this conversation right now, this is exactly how I do my show. I just sit here and talk.
Yeah, that's usually
Like,
what on most of mine we do.
yeah, there's no script. There's no nothing. I don't write scripts. I
Mm-mm.
don't have time for that shit.
No, sometimes I'll be like, I'll tell them, my team, I'll be like, let's, on our podcast night, we're interviewing blah, blah, blah. Let's ask them about this. But it never goes that way. We end up just having random conversations. And I'll even forget to introduce. And then I have to go back and make a clip to put,
Yeah,
like we did
that's
tonight.
what
We just went straight into it. I didn't even say nothing.
I know. I was like, what do you want me to do? Did we start? I got my board here. Like, I'm doing the old Harmon Hospital. I'm doing the Fairbanks house in Louisiana. I'm doing a part 2 of the Hinsdale house, the Blood Moon Paranormal. They have
There you go.
their whole Facebook is covered with stuff and places they've been. Like, I kind of go into investigating the like properties and investigators. Yeah, this is a paranormal show. It's what I tell people all the time, and they don't like it. Like, I've seen proof. I've seen ghosts. I've heard ghosts. I have proof of ghosts.
Yeah.
I can go home. I can go on my phone right now and show you about 5-6 videos of ghosts right
Yeah.
now.
Well, I'm going to have to end ours because I think I have 24% left on mine.
Almost 3 hours. I didn't even realize it was.
Yeah, we've been chatting it up. You're like my new best friend.
Yes.
You go to the end and burial ground tomorrow. I need to see photos.
Yes. And the same thing that I say on my show, I was like, see, now you're part of the Underworld family.
That's right. You're part of the Whispering Spirits family. All right. Thank you, Chris.
We get to investigate sometime.
Yes. Yes. We'll have to plan something.
Yeah, for sure. All right.
Not outside with the mosquito. I'm just kidding.
I mean, we live in Florida. We kind of can't get away from them.
Oh, I know.
So.
All right. You have a good night, and we'll get together and we'll see if we can plan something where we bring you along with something.
Awesome. Yeah,
all right.
Just let me know.
I will. Thank you. Have a good night.
All right.
All right. Bye.